With the 2022 NBA season coming to a close, the Portland Trail Blazers finished with a record of 27-55 and missed the playoffs, finishing as the 13th seed in the West. This was their worst record since 2006, when they finished the record in 21-61, and was the first time since 2013 that they have missed the playoffs, which was Damian Lillard's rookie season. This season, Dame, now a 31-year-old, played just 29 games for the Blazers this year. Portland also traded longtime backcourt sidekick CJ McCollum mid-season, and now look like they are heading towards a rebuild. However, they still have Dame on their roster, who is very loyal to Portland, and when healthy is still one of the best guards in the league. The Trail Blazers are at a crossroad. They could try and run it back with Dame one last time before age starts to catch up with them, or they could blow it up and rebuild for the future. That is where we come in. We will be taking over the Trail Blazers and deciding their future for them. Alright, so as you heard in the intro, today we'll be starting a rebuild of the Portland Trail Blazers. Here, as you can see, we are sitting at the current day. The Warriors did just win the finals. I know the playoff bracket's not perfect, and I know we're the 9 seed, but all the rosters are correct, and all the awards, I believe, are correct, but for all that really matters is that the Warriors are the champions and that the rosters are correct. So if we take a look at the roster, obviously we still have Dame. We have Anthony Simons, who I believe is going to be a free agent here. Yes, he is going to be a free agent, so we need to make a decision on if we're going to bring him back. But Dame is still under contract for, it looks like, 2 to 3 more years. He has that player option. Shooting guard position, we have Josh Hart, Keon Johnson, who's just 20 and has some pretty decent potential. He has B potential there. Then we have Nasir Little, a 22-year-old at the small forward position. He has some decent potential as well, already a 77 overall, 2 years left on his contract. And then Joe Ingles, who I believe did not actually play for them this year. I know in the sim he might have played for him. Yeah, in the sim he did, but I believe he did not play for them in real life. But his contract is done, and if we're bringing him back, we're not bringing him back for $13 million. The power forward position, we have pretty much nobody. I mean, we have Greg Brown, a 20-year-old, but his potential is just iffy. And then we have Trendon Watford, same thing, iffy potential, 21-year-old. Both on the contract for 2 to 3 years. And then at the center position, we have Nurkic, whose contract I believe is expiring at $12 million. I'm not sure if he's worth it, but he's already 27 here. And then we have Drew Eubanks, who is expiring contract, just a 25-year-old decent backup. And then we have Reggie Perry, who also I believe his contract's up with okay potential. So really, if you look at this roster, it's pretty much these 3. And then we have some players with some decent potential that we could probably trade to build around Dame. Now, as I said in the intro, we're kind of at a crossroads about what they can do. We're going to build around Dame. I believe that we still can get a year or 2 out of Dame being a super high overall and playing at this like 28, 30 point per game kind of average here. And if we get, another guy or 2 around him, we could be a pretty solid team, and then obviously just some role players. But my goal here is to bring back these 2. Anthony Simons obviously is going to want some money, so I don't think we're going to get him back for the $3 million. But Nurkic, I think we should be able to get for a little bit cheaper. Outside of that, this whole roster is going to look a little different. We don't need to look at the roster anymore. We know who's on our team. Let's just get into the off season here. And first of all, LeBron is not retiring. I'm not allowing that to happen. Who else here? Everybody else can retire. I don't care outside of that. But LeBron is not retiring. There's no way he retires this offseason. Cool. And then we're not going to have anything approved. So the draft lottery, I will take a second here to make sure that this is all correct, at least to pick, I don't know. At least to our pick, I'll make sure it is correct. So let me do a quick Google search of the lottery. Alright, okay. So I have the top 14 correct. The whole lottery is correct. Some of these teams, I'm not gonna lie, may have gotten screwed out of a pick, but it is gonna be way too hard to try and do every single pick. But the first 14, really, up to our pick, is the only one that really matters, which is 7. But I figured I might as well do the whole lottery while I'm at it. And then I need to, do I have automation? Okay, good. Did not know if I had automations on. So first things first, this is gonna be really quick. We're gonna keep Chauncey Billups. I believe this is either his first or second year. I'll look it up and double check after this. But either way, he's pretty new to coaching, so I want to keep him around. But if we can get him some solid assistants, that'd be awesome. Of course, he's not gonna sign, so now I'm gonna miss out on some of them. We're not gonna. Why would Washington want Scott Brooks back? Doesn't even make any sense. Okay. So we need a shot doctor here. Okay, whatever. So the signing's done, and now here comes the big important thing, the draft here. So this it does have the actual draft class loaded up, and really we need everything. We can get any of these guys outside of the point guard position and maybe the shooting guard position, just because if we bring back Simons and I don't trade for a shooting guard, I'm gonna have Simons play the shooting guard, so I don't necessarily want to get a shooting guard, but if it's the best available player, I'll take a shooting guard. But really I'm looking at here on the 7, Nikola Jovic, this Jalen Duren, just because these two are bigs. If Paulo drops, which I doubt, and then if he drops, like, I'll take him. Jalen Hardy, if he's still there, I might take him. Jaden Ivey's still around. I mean, he's projected to go 12th. I'm definitely gonna take Jaden Ivey, and we'll figure out from there. I'm really looking at some of these bigs instead, but I also want to see what I can get if I trade pick 7, maybe with a Nasir Little, and it's not looking too good. Clint Capella, that's a big contract, and he doesn't get any better. That's 2 first-round picks for 2 guys that are old. Jonathan Isaac usually just stays at an 81. I don't really need Markelle Fultz, so I don't need to take on these 2 contracts. This is like a full-blown rebuild type trade, but at that point I might as well just keep Nasir Little, right, instead of getting this, because I'm basically just swapping these 2 and then trading the 7th pick for 73, which I'm pretty sure if I draft there will be as good as a 73, if not better. Christian Wood is still in the Rockets. I downloaded this save before the trade went through, so that's the only thing that isn't accurate. But also I don't know if the trade's officially gone through yet, technically, because, you know, like, whatever, it doesn't matter. This trade is interesting. Keldon Johnson doesn't usually get much higher, but he's a very cheap and very good player, and Jakob Poeltl's not bad. I'm not going to pick up Clay because Clay regresses instantly. But really, this is a trade. If I don't like who I have, see, but I have to give up 2 first-round picks. If this is a trade that I do, if I don't like who's there come draft time, I just want to see, because I have some of these other picks. I'm not sure if they're actually supposed to be mine. I just want to see, maybe if I trade Watford, see if I can get anything. Move up to pick 15. Be interesting. Could potentially do that. Duncan Robinson. Have they dropped his 3-point? Where is it? Ooh, I think they have a little bit. Wasn't it like a 90 something for a while? Could have swore it was. So the only one that I'm really looking at is this one to move up and get a first later. But I can also do that in the draft if I like who's around. Let's just go to the draft. It'd be easier if I just go to the draft. So the Magic go Chet number 1. Interesting. Be very surprised if that actually happens. Okay, Jalen goes number 2 to Memphis, so there's, I guess it was a long shot to get him. Let's see who goes 3. Paulo goes 3, so I wasn't going to get him either, I guess. So now it's not, if it's going all bigs, it's not looking good for me. Shaden Sharp's off the board at 4. At 5, J.D. Davidson's gone, so really, I'm going to pause real quick. Who would that leave? So Chet's gone. Jabari. Okay, if Jabari falls a couple more, I'm taking him, regardless. Because, I mean, he's going to be an 80. Jaden Ivey I'd probably take. And after that, I don't know. Okay, so Jabari's gone, so that was a waste. And now we're up. So Jaden Ivey. Usually, in my experience, you can get a little bit better trades in the draft. I don't know if that's like a desperation. See, like this was not here earlier. I'm not gonna do this trade. This is interesting. Jared Allen. Oof, I might have that. I don't know. That's a solid trade. I know it takes up a lot of money, but that might be worth doing. I don't really need De'Aaron Fox, otherwise I'd definitely be doing that. This one's not bad either. Wendell Carter and Jonathan Isaac. I mean, they did just draft a big. Ben Simmons, no thanks. Jamal Murray. Okay, hold on. Jamal Murray, what's his defensive? So he can play defense a little bit. That might be. I can get Jabari, who I was just looking at. Now I can actually see his stats. Is he a good defender? He is a pretty solid defender. So really, and then I pick a buddy who I can flip later. I might do this. Paulo, what's his stats looking like? They're looking really similar to, they're looking very similar to Jabari Smith. DeJounte Murray, get some defense next to Dame. Ooh, this is getting interesting. I think that means I have to give up a second. Yeah, I have to give up a second first round pick. Shea next to, can he play I'm really just looking at defense. I like this Shea. I like the Shea because it brings some scoring. I mean, because what do he average this year? 26, and I know it's not like actual stats, but I mean, they are both. DeJounte Murray was the all-star, but I don't have to give up a pick here. And but then I can flip Jakob Poeltl with a later pick. I'm gonna do the DeJounte Murray one because he's a slightly better defender. Just make sure there's nothing else. Yeah, I'll do this DeJounte Murray one right here. So we're gonna bring in DeJounte Murray, and before they even pick, I'm gonna try and flip Poeltl in that 25 and see if I can move up. Okay, it's not looking like I'm gonna be able to move up. What if I throw in Winslow too? Because I do still wanna try and bring in a young guy. But this pick 25 is not really holding a lot of value. I want to see, what about, let's see, now that I saw Jabari Smith in the trade finder. Okay, they want DeJounte Murray. I'm not doing that. But I'm kind of intrigued because I did want him. I mean, that would be a solid pickup. Okay, I'm going to go into this just so I can get Jabari Smith to pop up. But if I go... Oh, I can't even trade Josh Hart right now. So if I go Jakob Poeltl straight up, they're not going to want to do it. I'm not going to trade DeJounte Murray. And that first, okay. So they added the first. If I throw in the second, they're still going to want DeJounte Murray. I don't want to trade DeJounte Murray. If I throw in Winslow... Oh, okay. I don't even know who I gave up at the end. Who did I just give up? Okay, I didn't give up DeJounte Murray. We'll figure it out later. But we got Jabari Smith. Yes, okay. Jakob Poeltl is the guy. Okay. So we got Jabari Smith, which is the guy I did want. And we got DeJounte Murray out of it. Which isn't good. And I think I gave up my first and a second pick. So I think this is just a late, yeah, it's pick 59. Let's just bring in, I don't even think we have a small forward on the roster. So I'll just bring in Johnny Juzang. And that'll be it for the draft. So I think that's pretty solid because we came out basically with the guy that I wanted. Because, I mean, we don't necessarily need Jaden Ivey. if we're going to bring back, well, now we definitely don't need Jaden Ivey now that we got DeJounte Murray. So we got a big man. We got a second star next to Dame. Oh, we're sitting fantastic. Quite honestly, we're going to bring in Johnny Juzang. 80 overall for Jabari Smith off rip. So that's what I mean, like that swap earlier for Jackson Hayes and was it Jose from the Pelicans? No, it was Kira Lewis, because he was a 73. I'm not gonna swap a 73 for the 7th pick. So right now we're probably gonna play him at the shooting guard. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So really, right now we have, I wish I could see who's on the roster. I guess I can go to the trade finder. Yes, this is looking pretty solid. These three are going to be kind of the core. Maybe we might have to bring in somebody extra for Jabari. I'm not going to accept either of these. I'm not against bringing Josh Hart back or Eric Bledsoe, in all honesty. Just not at 20 million. And we don't need to bring him back. So Anthony Simons is really the only one. And he's a restricted free agent, so we're fine. So Nurkic wants basically the same. That makes things interesting. Is Jabari a center? He's a power forward. What happens if I play him at... Oh, they want him at a small forward as a secondary. So I basically got to bring Nurkic back, because I have no cap room. How can I afford Kyrie? I can afford these guys. I'm 30 million over. See, this is what I thought. Okay. Well, the only thing is, where am I going to play Kyrie? Because his defense, I mean, he's got okay defense, but then I have to move DeJounte Murray all the way to the 3, and now I'm super undersized. Bradley Beal, he's 6'4", so he's the same size as DeJounte Murray, and is not that good a defender. I mean, I don't think I can pair Dame and Bradley Beal. I think if I bring him in, I can't even get Simons. Simons is not a good defender either. The one thing, who is this? Oh, this is a rookie that for some reason didn't get picked up. I do kind of want to bring in TJ Warren. I mean, he's pretty solid. I mean, he's an all-around scorer, below average defender, but you know, we have some pretty solid defense. Ooh, we can bring in Miles Bridges though. Could Miles Bridges, he could not play the 5. That's the only thing. DeAndre is restricted. Nurkic, what's his defense looking like? A-. Mitchell Robinson's just a little bit cheaper. Nurk will score a little bit more though, that's the thing. And I do need some scoring with Dame. So I'm going to bring back Nurkic. For sure going to bring back Anthony Simons. And then I think we try and get TJ Warren. Alright, we got all 3 of these guys here. And then we're going to lose Josh Hart. Oh, okay, so Eric Bledsoe. Oh my. So Joe Ingles, Eric Bledsoe. And where is he? Josh Hart were like $50 million worth of cap holds. That's why. So if I can just, yeah, let's get these. They're going to match. What was his contract? I guess we're gonna, hopefully this is only a 1-year thing. So Simons, we're gonna have to re-sign because of the glitch, and I don't remember his contract. I don't remember how much I gave him. It's not a big deal. I'll re-sign him, and if he leaves, I'll just get him back. Cause matter of fact, we'll just edit the contract real quick. Yeah, it was something like that. It was like $8 million a year if I remember right. I think it was 31. So our point guard is good. He's gonna be our 6th man. Anthony Simons. DeJounte Murray's solid. We might need a better backup shooting guard. You're going to need a backup small forward. But TJ Warren's pretty solid. We're going to need a power forward. And then we're going to need a center. So we still have some work to do. I think Pat Bev. I'm going to get Gary Payton instead. Coming off a ring. You want to come play for us for the min? I'll give you a little bit more. Just so I can for sure get him. While we wait for that, I can always... No, I can't always because he's 6'1". I can't move him to small forward. I need a defender small forward. Yeah, like Caldwell Pope. That's a solid one right there. Give him a 2-year. And they both are going somewhere else. He's going back to the Warriors. He's going to the Suns. Okay. And now Pat Bev's not there. I want to bring in DiVincenzo as a backup. And then Caldwell Pope's still here. We'll give him a little extra money so we can get him for sure. And he still goes elsewhere. Okay. So then for defenders, I'm definitely going to pick up Josh Richardson then. Give him a 2-year. We're going to give him some money. And then I'm going to bring in, going to kind of cheese it a little bit, right? Bring in Earl Jenkins because nobody tries to sign him. Like, it should be fine. And then we're going to get Grant Williams here. We're just going to trade Earl Jenkins. It's cheesy. I don't care. It's a young guy that I can just trade. DiVincenzo's not coming to the team. He's going to Detroit. And right now, I'm literally just looking at perimeter defenders. So Gary Harris, I always do 2 years, pretty much on minimum guys. And then before I forget again, let me get a center. Montrezl Harrell only wants $3 million. What's Zubac want? Because he's a better defender and a better rebounder, so we'll get him. 3 years works for me. That's fine. And can you guys just sign, please? Perfect. So I don't know what my roster size is looking like, but this is a pretty solid rotation, and I'm probably gonna trade him, package him with a first here real quick. This one gets me better, and I can either flip him for somebody even better, or I can flip Nurkic for somebody better. I want to see if I can do this without giving up the first. They want a second. It's okay. They want a second instead. Deal. Go ahead. Told you I was going to cheese him, and I cheesed him. So now, Clint Capella here before he regresses. I just want to see what his value is. I'm bringing Chris Middleton, and I believe the small forward is my weak link. I can have TJ Warren come off the bench. That would be a solid pickup. And I know he gets worse, but he still would be like an 84, I think. Keon Johnson's got some solid value, though. Brook Lopez isn't half bad. Let's do it, because I can flip. I can flip somebody. One of those two. I know we just got TJ Warren. He might go. We might flip Johnny. And maybe if I can have Jabari come off the bench here. I'm going to get rid of Lopez. So the only thing, I didn't know Lauri Markkanen's the small forward now. I'm not getting anything for this package. Like, nothing at all. I might have to get rid of, I don't want to give up TJ Warren because he's a solid backup. So let's go Richardson, Lopez. Let's see if I can even get anything for these three. Yeah, Congo doesn't get me better, it just gets me younger. Nothing. What about just these two straight up? 83 Draymond. The only thing is, I know instantly he drops. Like, this is very much, like, that's something that if he doesn't drop, I trade for him. But he's gonna drop instantly. What if what's Jabari's value? He can get me Paul George or John Collins, which instantly makes that position better. That's an interesting trade there. I don't want a bunch of power forwards. I can get Zach LaVine. Okay. Could Paul George move back to the 4 or the 3? But that does not solve my power forward position. Rudy Gobert? That's be weird with him and Capella, because I still have Capella, right? No, I don't. Either with him and Nurkic would be weird. John Collins is interesting. RJ Barrett is very interesting. I don't know. Giving up the first and all that, I don't know if I need that. Jamal Murray, no thanks. You can bring back CJ McCollum. 1 year New Orleans, send him back. No thank you. I think he's good out there. Bring in Shea and just mess everything. He'd have to play the small forward though. Move Chris Middleton to the 4. What is Chris Middleton? I should see what Chris Middleton is at the 4. he gets better. We're gonna move him there. So that does kind of open it up to trade Jabari. I feel like. I don't even remember what my package was now. That was not it. Whoa. I feel like I almost have to do this. I feel like this is so like left field, unrealistic, but I also did cheese and trade a guy that doesn't exist. I might have to do that. I could move DeJounte to the 3. This is like almost too much talent then. But I want to do it. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it and we're gonna figure it out. So now, do I have 6'1" Donovan Mitchell at the small forward? What's his defense? Like, was that an awful trade to make? Like, he is a pretty solid defender. I think if I moved DeJounte Murray, because that gets him a little bit better. So now we have a starting lineup of Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, DeJounte Murray, Chris Middleton, Rudy Gobert. Could I potentially flip Gobert for... See, I don't need scoring, though. I already have 4 scorers. I don't want Clint back. No thanks. Like, this kind of gets me some more depth. Okay, we're going to go to the regular season here, and then we're going to do some of these trades. We're just going to go to player progression and make sure I didn't get absolutely scammed. I probably should have filled out my rotation a little bit more. Dames does get a little worse. That's whatever. Donovan Mitchell, that's solid. He stays there. 388s, an 87, and an 85, with an 83 coming off the bench. The bench is looking a little lackluster. So that's going to be kind of where we're going to have to get the bench better. Basically is my point. I'm not going to load any new rookies. Nothing. We're just going to auto-generate it out from here. Hopefully we don't need any of these guys. So this is going to be the rotation here. Interesting. And I forgot to sign some guys, so they gave me Dean Wade, Gary Harris. Gary Harris I did sign, and then David Duke. Okay. I don't like this. And Brandon Williams. So we do need to get the bench a little bit better, but the starting lineup is pretty solid. I think that's where I'm going to end this off right here as an off-season episode, and we will do a regular season 1. But I'm going to look at just some of the values of my guys on the bench real quick. This is interesting. Okay, this is something to remember. But there's an off-season episode rebuilding around Damian Lillard. I think obviously this is not realistic because I don't think Utah's packaging Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, and I don't think I'm going to trade auto-generated player in real life for Chris Middleton. I don't even remember that's the trade is. But this is our starting lineup. Anthony Simons. This is a very good offseason, and I'm going to leave it here. And we're going to go into season 1 of the rebuild here in the next one. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to actually completing one of these. And this is, this is a championship team if I can get the bench just a little bit better. That'll be the goal of the next episode, maybe a couple trades. And then we're going to simulate the season and hopefully get ourselves a ring. Other than that, I'm out.